I've been trying to record this video for about 5 times, so if I look sad, don't mind. It's just I'm exhausted a little bit. It's not that easy to be a blogger as I thought. But let's just move on and talk about pros and cons in being a lash artist. And I'm gonna start with good things, of course. The first good thing about this profession is you're able to travel. For example, I lived in New York and then I wanted to move to another state, and I wasn't afraid or scared that I'm gonna lose my job or anything like that, because I know in every state people need good lash artists because it's not that many of them. The competition is not very high, not in the big cities, not in the small cities. So if you don't want to settle down in one city, you don't know if you like this town and you want to stay there for a long time, sorry, my cat, then this profession might work for you. Let's move on. You can make as much money as you want, because for example, if I'm able to take about 5 clients a day 5 times a week, it's already more than 1,000 a week, just per 1 week. It really depends on my physical ability, and if I just want to work every day or I want to work just twice a week, my salary could be very close to a registered nurse's salary. It could be very close to even a doctor's salary. It really depends what my price for the service is and how many weeks a day I work. And let's just take an example. As if your price for the lash service about like $100, let's say $100 times 4 is 400 a day, and for example you work 5 days a week, it's 400 times 5, it's $2,000 a week. So I think it's a great salary for such a small startup, and that's my next pro. You don't need to have a lot of money to start. You can have $200 and just start your business at home. Tell your sisters that you're doing eyelash extensions, tell your classmates, co-workers, and etc. Even 100 per week, it's like 400 a month, will give you an opportunity to save for traveling, to pay for your car or groceries. The next pro is independency. I think it's cool, even if you're a housewife, you have to watch your kids, your husband is at work and you cannot leave the house, you can still work from home, do lashes for your friends, do lashes for your family, and you're still gonna make up some money. Let's say you take only $40 from your friend for the 2-hour service. $40 times 3 friends a week, it's 120. 120 times 4, it's $480 a month. Again, it's some money that you don't have to spend. For example, if your husband supports you, you can spend it on your gym, on clothes, on memberships, whatever your soul desires. I personally don't like being controlled, so for me to work for salons and spas wasn't really of a great experience. I always felt like I don't want to go to work because I was being controlled. And in this profession you have opportunity to be independent and work from your own office or your own home, which I think is the best. The last but not least is connections. I made a lot of friends at work, and if I needed a room, for example, to rent, I could have just posted a story on my Instagram page and ask my clients / friends if they have someone who rent out a room, or if my friends need it. I used to have owners of restaurants as my clients. I used to have CEOs of different kinds of companies, personal trainers, cooks, girls who would work in real estate, financial district, and etc. So you get to meet a lot of people, you make connections with them, and we girls help each other in beauty industry. It could be not material but more like advice, and it's still helpful and it's still a support, so I really appreciate it. I can talk about this profession a lot. I think there is more pros than cons, but it's still a profession. You'll have negative aspects of it, like last minute cancellations. For example, if someone canceled last minute and you didn't have a chance to find someone else because it was just 5 minutes before the appointment starts, you lose an hour or 2 hours of your time and you lose money, which is not great, but that's something that you're gonna have to deal with. I highly recommend to make up cancellation fees. This way people are gonna be afraid to lose their money and lose appointment. It's really gonna help you. Same with the second con is people are being late. For example, I was booked all day long, 5 clients a day, on each client 2 hours. I used to do lashes for an hour and a half, an hour and 40 minutes, and I would still leave 15 minutes between clients, because what if I needed to drink water, if my client was late, so I have this little gap just to make sure that I'll be on time still with the next client. But sometimes clients are being late for half an hour, for 20 minutes, 35, 40 minutes. Also, I'm a perfectionist, so I'd like both eyes to be exactly full, exactly the same shape, beautiful, and etc. So I have to take my time. If I'm in a rush, I'm stressed, and I'm worrying now more about my next client that is gonna wait, but not this client, because this client was late, and I'm actually worried about both, but it's very stressful. So yeah, this one is con number 2. Con number 3 is you will give a lot of energy to people. You also get a lot of energy, so it's not like a con, but that's life. You'll be a friend to your clients. They might gonna tell you stuff that they won't tell their friends, because their friends are gonna gossip, and you don't have mutual friends, so you're not gonna tell anybody, or you're just a good person and you are not a gossip girl. Still, if you work and talk, that's a lot of energy. And sometimes I would come home so exhausted, I would just fall asleep, pass out, and I didn't want to go to gym for a while or eat healthy, because all my energy and time was in work. So think about who you want to talk to. Some people are gonna be toxic. You might gonna want them just to lay down and sleep, and you just let them know it's okay, they'll understand. It's not only mental energy but health energy. You have to sit straight for a while, and your back and neck are gonna start hurting you in 6 months or in a year since you started. So I would highly recommend to go to yoga daily, weekly, whenever you can. Do weight training, anything you can, so your core and your spine are healthy. Because if your spine or core is not healthy and strong, then you won't be able to work for a long time. You won't be able to work day by day non-stop, because once you build your clientele, people are gonna talk about you more, and you'll be so busy that you won't be able to leave for vacation. Or if you're leaving for vacation, it shouldn't be more than 10 to 14 days, because then people freak out. People text you while you're on vacation only if you have a manager, or where people can book their appointments themselves.